Most people think beer is made from water, malt, hops, and that's it. But without yeast, beer would not exist. Because yeast is the tiny living organism that turns sugary liquid into alcohol, bubbles and flavour. And what it actually does inside beer is far more interesting than most people realise. What yeast actually is. Yeast is a microscopic fungus. It's alive, and when brewers add it to sugary liquid called wort, something incredible starts to happen. The yeast starts eating the sugars extracted from malted barley, and as it eats, it produces two extremely important things: alcohol and carbon dioxide. That's the moment when sweet grain liquid becomes beer. The hidden work of yeast. But yeast doesn't just make alcohol, it also creates hundreds of flavour compounds. Some yeasts produce fruity flavours like banana, apple or pear. Others create spicy notes like clove or pepper. And some stay very clean, letting the malt and hops dominate. This is why the same ingredients can produce completely different beers, just by changing the yeast. Ale yeast versus lager yeast. There are two main families of brewing yeast. Ale yeast works at warmer temperatures and ferments quickly. This usually produces beers with more fruity and complex flavours. Lager yeast works much colder and much slower. The result is beer that tastes clean, crisp and smooth. This single difference is why ales and lagers taste so different. Why yeast is the real brewer. Here's the surprising truth. Brewers don't actually make beer. Yeast does. Brewers simply create the perfect environment for billions of tiny organisms to do the work. Every bottle of beer is basically the result of a microscopic fermentation factory. And here's something even more fascinating. Some breweries protect their yeast strains like secret treasure, because a single unique yeast strain can define the flavour of an entire brewery, which means the next time you drink a beer, you're really tasting the work of billions of living yeast cells that transform simple grain sugar into one of humanity's oldest drinks.